Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to today's Beauty Talk series organized by Beauty Space, an international virtual event for beauty business, brought to you by Informa Market's 3 ASEAN beauty shows, Beauty Expo, PhilBeauty and Viet Beauty. Today's consumers are demanding cosmetic products which are clean, sustainable and eco-friendly, but also appealing aesthetically and effective. This is driving a revolution in the cosmetic industry, and this is why businesses should start investing in natural and organic cosmetics. All microphone and video with attendees have been muted. At the end of the presentation, we will be having a live Q&A session. If you have any questions to ask our speakers, you may type them into the Q&A box. If we are not able to answer all submitted questions during today's webinar, we'll be sure to share them with our speaker and send to you the reply. For today's program, we will start off with our speaker Dr. Surapal Natakan, President of the Society of Cosmetic Chemists of Thailand, to discuss about edible cosmetics and PhytoCosmetics. This will be followed by Ms. Linda Yu, President of Philippine Society for Cosmetic Science Incorporated, and will be discussing about PhytoCosmetics in the Philippines. Our last speaker is Dr. Isabel Ramos, co-founder and CSO of Ayuna, Less Beauty, a cosmetic eco-luxury brand launched in 2017, and will discuss about cosmetics beyond natural. This will be followed by a live Q&A portion. We are about to begin, so sit back, relax and enjoy. discussing about edible cosmetics and phytocosmetics. He is an associate professor from Chiang Mai University in Thailand and the president of the Society of Cosmetic Chemists of Thailand. He is also a very successful and internationally accredited academic who has over 25 scientific papers, acknowledged worldwide for his work in the application of herbal medicine and cosmetic. In the present, he is interested in developing natural sources on innovation projects for food supplement, energized drink, herbal medicine and cosmetic with private sectors. Introducing Dr. Saraypal Natakan.
I am the president of the Society Cosmetic Chemists of Thailand, and I have been joined IFSCC conference many times. Many years ago, I have been in Zurich, Switzerland, and then I go to Seoul, IFSCC in Seoul conference, and then to Germany, about in Munich, IFSCC in Munich Congress, and then last year is the 25th of IFSCC conference in Milan, in Italy, and this year is a 41. It is a 31. The IFSCC in Yokohama, and it is the first virtual conference in Yokohama. For everybody know that it is a COVID-19 pandemic. So the organizing have done in the first time in virtual congress. However, I am also very grateful to have invited from the Society of Cosmetic Chemists from Philippines, Linda, and also the organizing committee from the beauty space, Firma, Informal. So now I would like to give you some idea about the first is how about the we call the edible cosmetic. Is this real? Because I have seen in many YouTube showing about the young teen that eat the cosmetic. Let's say here is a lipstick. You know, this is only the candy. It's not the real, the edible cosmetic. But for my idea today, I will present about how can we do the edible cosmetic is real. So the first thing, I just start with the trends of the global cosmetic market in this year. You know that now we are focusing in the natural cooling free or the zero waste of the natural compound. And also we have just very quickly about the instant beauty nutric cosmetic. This one is depend on each part of the substance that you use. Let's say the probiotic, stem cell, or the vitamins. We need it for to formulation of the edible cosmetic. And the next is innovation and use the high technology to keep this formulation in very good for penetration and also for make it safe. Let's say like a nanotechnology and biotechnology. And the next is we have many men care, let's say like after sun or after laser in many that you know very well for the men. And you can see in this photo is now we use a lot of robotic to help us to promote about the marketing and also to control the production. The next slide show you about the beauty from the inner and select edge. It means that now we are separately go to about the, let's say, elderly people that now grow a lot in the world, and also the working or the official or the officer that work in many places and focus in the small like children or the kinder. And also I have to show you some is a customized cosmetics, because this one is a high technology to use a computer, let's say about the AI. Also you can use your cell phone, the iPhone, and also robotic to present many things from the marketing, and then you can looking something very quickly by use internet or the online. And we still have the we call cosmeceuticals. This means that it's combination between cosmetic and pharmaceutical. And this one a lot is for anti-aging and anti-pollution. So the last one, what we want to show you is this is we call all-in-one. The theme that you work with working in cosmetic market, the people used to want to have the cosmetic that all in one. It means that you can carry only one pieces or the one bag, and that they have can use many kind of cosmetic. So this is the trend of this year. Now, I would like to give you some idea about the ASEAN marketing trends in this year. The first that we know very well is internet marketing or the marketplace. This one, all of the young teen people use a lot, also for the young generation. So the second one is all we call one-on-one personalized or the customized cosmetic, because some people would like to use the cosmetic only them or that we call only you. The third one is a content marketing that for the generation Y, generation Z, and other generation C with the social media. And this is the era of the consumer experience. Many people would like to go to check it before use this cosmetic. And also, you know very well about the halal marketing that very worldwide in many people. Let's say in the Middle East a lot, and also many countries now they start with the halal market. And the digital payment for technology, let's say in many big countries, let's say in China, in our ASEAN, is Korea or the Japan. All of them now they use the payment by digital, so it make your payment quicker. So the marketing also very quickly, and the many countries also use a big data for analyze the marketing. How can we ensure that the people want to need something from the market of the cosmetic? And I want to give that now they have so many about the new we call young entrepreneur growth, because of this one, the new generation, they would like to be include them in their business of the market of the cosmetic. So this is some idea about is it the trend of the ASEAN marketing. So now I want to give you a little bit about now when the people now they choose the cosmetic. Most of them they use only regional, only 5%. This is a research work, you know, but they use all is almost is a emotional 95%. What is the emotional? They based on their how about the social approval, recognition, power, or the what they want. You know, just only they want is an emotion. But if they want to do the rational, how to choose, they use only very few about the expensive or the quality or the service, only 5%. So the buying movement now, they're going up about the psychology more than behavioral of the rational. So now I give you some idea about the the marketing channel. The marketing channel before they go to the store, supermarket, or the big place to buy something. But now they go only looking, you know. Most of them now they order and payment for the cosmetic by use an iPhone or the cell phone. This is go to the stream, you know. So this is a new generation now. Next slide, I will give you about the 5 ASEAN country or the e-commerce that you know very well in our ASEAN country. Is let's say in Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines, Indonesia, or the Vietnam. We go in the market only 1%, you know. The most it come from European and in China, in United States. And surprising is in nearby is our ASEAN is Singapore. They grow very quickly, you know, in if compared with the ASEAN another one. Now I go to my country is a Thailand cosmetic industry. Most of our cosmetic industry in Thailand, we just only behind Japan or the South Korea because of we need the technology and formulation guideline. However, in Thailand, cosmetic industry going up very quickly, almost 10 to 20% annual average in 10 years before. And we want to give you some idea about last 2 years. This is the Thailand cosmetic industry post that we have about 180 billion baht or the 5.5 billion US dollar in 3.3 billion is it for the in export, domestic, sorry, in domestic sale. 2.2 is for the export cosmetic. So it means that about 60 to 40% compared together. And most of the product is anti-aging and skincare product for whitening. This is the big market in our country. You know very well is the Thai spa is very famous, and we use a lot of essential oil and most of the spa product. If you come to visit Thailand, most of the visitors asking for the Thai spa. It make you relax and enjoy. Now, I would like to start with the bigger one for the new trend. It's in cosmetic we call PhytoCosmetics, the cosmetic with natural ingredient from the plants. You can see this is only the photo to show you that we can use the vegetable or the food to let's say like a mark on your face. This is the PhytoCosmetic is a part of cosmetology which consists of plants, and most of these plants they have vitamin, antioxidant, essential oil, and many things inside to make you for an recovery for let's say anti-aging, antioxidant, emollient effect, anti-hallucinase, and antimicrobial activities. They have so many activities. We know before ancient time in Europe, like in Europe is Egyptian, and they have like in very well is the Queen Cleopatra. This is Elizabeth Taylor movie. They show you about the idea that long time ago, more than 3,000 years, they have Egyptian empire that they show about the painting in the wall that the most of people in Egyptian women they use to keep their beauty by use many things look like the eyeshadow or the eyebrow lipstick, and also a lot for hair and for face and many things in natural. This is some idea that long time ago that they use this. And nearby is in Bulgaria. Bulgaria is a big one market for the rose flower and also rose oil. This is very famous because more than 70% of rose oil come from this country, and the price is very high, because they use a lot in cosmetic ingredient. And I just start with the easily way that I said that the edible cosmetic or the PhytoCosmetic. The first easily way to do this one natural is start from water. We call aqua. Now they have many products that use with water. Most of them 95% more is come from water. You put only the smell from the rose water inside, or they make it easily to wash like the micellar cleansing water, something like this. So they use this very easily for your cosmetic and make the value added for your product. The second one, from the nature is from the aloe vera. Aloe vera is in the gel. We use only the small inside is a gel. This is an easily way you can only cut it and then use only the inside of this one. Now they are available a lot in the market. Interesting this is we can eat it also for let's say for your stomach pain or for arthritis or the many things about for your healthy. So that said that most of the gel from the aloe vera is for burn or for sunburn. For in cosmetic also they need a lot. But the people have problem about cancer. Let's say the colon cancer also can use for this one. So I just give you some list of the plants that can use for cosmetic. The first thing that I show is the aloe vera. The second one is the glycine max. This is some the bean, and this is a soybean, and this one is centera. This is the ginkgo. This is the tea. So all of these things very well in our ASEAN country. They have so many natural compounds or the natural plants that use in cosmetic. So now the trend, most of the global natural or the organic cosmetic market, they grow every year very quickly. You start from about more than 15 years ago. It go every year until 2025. We forecast that it will be about 23.6 billion, in 2025. So it's growing almost 9.4% in many countries, especially in USA, in Brazil, in France, and in many countries in our Asian country. Let's say in Japan, in Korea, in China, and ASEAN country. Now, I show you about the trend also separately about in European, comparing in our ASEAN Pacific, we go very high. You see that it's about 36%. And we compare with many countries in North America, in European, or some Latin America, and everywhere. You can see that the growing market is increasing very quickly, and about 15% of total market in every year. Most of the natural compound that used in cosmetic available in the market in the big country. Let's say this is some company in Brazil, in France, in Sweden, also in France and in England. This one is the body shop. So all of these things, they go everywhere in many country market. Now I just show you about some organic person care market in nearby our ASEAN Pacific North, let's say in China and in India. I show you about some of the branding of many you know very well, Aveda and also Estee Lauder, and they have Yves Saint Laurent, the Body Shop, Neutrogena, and many countries also use a lot is Amway. This is very big company that promote about the natural compound. And also they present it most in the journal of, we call it the International Journal of PhytoCosmetics and Natural Ingredient, that you can looking from the website and can checking about the research in many about the use a natural compound for make it a natural in PhytoCosmetics. I would like to give you some idea from my professor. My professor is a Professor Günther Born in Innsbruck University in Austria. He show he have the good, we call it's a big for the project in the, we call Phyto Valley in the Tyrol. Tyrol is a region upper in the north of Italy. And he do with together many from University Innsbruck and also from some from company in from the Bionorica, it come from Germany. It is some, the CEO is a Professor Michael Pop. He's my friend for the PhD study with Professor Born. And Professor Born have worked in which this show you about. He used, we call the first time in the Austrian for the PhytoCosmetic conference. So this is a grateful that he invited me to join with this conference last 2 years ago. But this is a very big one because many researchers come together from more than 15 countries to present about the research in the PhytoCosmetics. So I think that after COVID, maybe COVID-19, they will have the second conference again. Now I give you some idea that why I work in this field a lot, because I know that the personal care that we know we use it for cosmetic, the nutrition that we have to use it every year with the food or the some drink, and the last one is a pharmaceutical. If we combine or the integrate of this one, personal care and pharmaceutical, we call it a cosmeceuticals. And if we use a personal care with nutrition combination, we call nutri-cosmetic. This one we call, let's say, as the edible cosmetic. But if you use with the natural from the nutrition with the pharmaceutical, we call nutraceutical. This is some of the definition that I give you some idea first. You can see that the nutraceutical, this one, they have a lot from the probiotic, from the vitamin, fatty acid, polyphenol, some spice, and from the many dietary fiber. That this one is a good for nutraceutical. The second is They grow very quickly every year the same in the market. So, and the cosmeceutical, this is a combination about the medicine or the pharmaceutical with the cosmetic. This one, is for the UV protection, exfoliant for the hair loss, and many things for your face, make your face brightening. We call alpha hydroxy acetic acid or the AHA. And also vitamin A from the retinol and moisturizer, many antioxidant from natural peptide and depigmentation. Again, though this is also available a lot in our market. And skincare of this one that you can see is they have so many in the pharmaceutical skincare, cosmeceutical skincare. We call it a cosmeceutical market. It grows also a lot, especially for anti-aging and skin whitening, almost more than 60%, and sun protection about 16%. So then, and some part is antioxidant or something like that. Now I want to focus in the edible for cosmetic or the nutri cosmetic. This one have promoted by Swedish biochemist. His name is Ake Dahlgren. That he got show about the product first in 1980, long time ago. The first after that, that they go up very quickly, especially for the skin and for nails and hair. This one they show in many in the dosage from in the capsule tablet, beverage and functional food, serum, and most is a face mask now available in the market. However, the marketing of the nutri cosmetic or the edible cosmetic, if compared with the cosmetic, nutraceutical, cosmeceutical, is a little bit few because of a cosmetic 26%, nutracosmetic, nutraceutical is a 20%, cosmeceutical is 3%, but the nutri cosmetic or the edible cosmetic only 1%. But however, they grow every year very quickly, about 5% growing. So I'm surely that many countries now, they try to promote the edible cosmetic from Japan, from China, from Korea, and also in Thailand now. Most of them use the ingredient that is come from many vitamin A, C, E, omega-3 fatty acid, carotenoid, flavonoid, we call coenzyme or the Q10, collagen, peptide, or the from glutathione, and a lot in Japan is a green tea extract, or the in Korea also have. We call of this is used for antioxidant, antimicrobial, UV filter, and exfoliating and moisturizing activity. So all of these natural constituent that used most in the formulation of the edible cosmetic and phytocosmetic. The aim of them, you can see that for the we call for the young and also until to the very older people, but still want to have a beautiful, let's say this picture, almost 70, 70 year or the 80 year, she still want to have a very nice face. But for the men, the problem is the hair loss. So now we use a lot for hair, make it growth very quicker. And for the younger, they use want to be the S curve or they make their skinny or the look beauty from the other shape. So this one is also good for the nutri cosmetic also. Now, I just present you a little bit about how we can do, let's say, the guideline to use the herb for the phytocosmetic. The first thing you have to think about the history about your plant or in your country that they in the pharmacopoeia about research and also many people that use in from many countries that they need the natural compound. We can looking for the like the history before, and then we going on the market and distribution channels and the competitor. So when you start with raw material, how about have a very nice raw material in a good, we call it like a growing from your country, and also the manufacturer to make it a bigger, or to make a pilot scale, and also for the industrial scale. So the first that we do is we call good quality for, let's say, good agricultural practice, we call GAP. Good harvesting practice, we call GHP. And then processing to make it bigger, or the extract from your natural, we call GMP, or the good manufacturing practice for the extraction, or to make it fermentation. And next is how we can do the good quality control from the laboratory. We call GLP, good laboratory practice. And for the research to use in the clinical quality, we call G is the good clinical practice. So 5G, they need to form the natural compound, and not orderly. You can use to about the marketing from the good packaging, and also to make the, we call the production date and expiry date, to assure that your product is safety. And the last is we can do is a study about the stability, because most of the natural compound is easily to instability, or we can use like a nanotechnology, or do the how to put we call the packaging to keep it longer, exactly at least about 1 or 2 years or 3 years, for you can keep it in the shelf life. Now I want to show you some idea about the herbs that we use, or my research work used for the herbal medicine, for food supplement, and also for the phytocosmetic. This only some idea. I'm surely that in your country you have also many natural compounds that you can use this to develop for the like the phytocosmetic. The first in our country, I say, I live in the north of the Thailand. We have a lot is a coffee. This is a big market for the drink. But however, you can use the waste of the coffee bean, we call the coffee scab, to remove your skin, that make it brightening. And also you can use it for your we call deodorant, or the detox, to reduce your cellulite. So most of the natural from coffee, you use the fresh and also from the blended of the coffee. Now they can have so many from we call it a cosmetic that used from coffee. And next is a lot, it comes from tea, or the green tea. Green tea have many interesting that we know a lot is a catechin. Catechin, or the tree extract they have, can use in many kind of the cosmetic, in soap form, in the bath, and although in many cosmetic like the night cream or the day cream, because of inside the seed of the tea oil, we call seed tea oil. This can contain a lot of fatty acid from the omega 3, omega 6, omega 9. So this is very good for your health, for the also for your skin. They have so many things in cosmetic available in the market from the green tea now. And the third one is rice. You can eat. I mean, in our country, in ASEAN, we have a lot of growing many countries with rice. So from rice, you can use it for cosmetic, because rice, they can have vitamin, mineral, and antioxidant in the extract of rice. They use it for body, for hair, and everything for the cosmetic use in many ways. And for the grain is also right from other from many, let's say, sesame also a lot for the using in for hair. And also they have many kind of the oil from the seed, many grains that use, because of they have fatty acid the same. In Thailand, the famous one we call longan. Longan is the fruit, especially growing in the north of Thailand, in Chiang Mai. They have a lot in. We use this from the seed of the longan. We call they have ellagic acid. This is a very high antioxidant and make activity for inflammation, anti-inflammation. So this one we can use also for moisturizer also. And in many countries also fruit and vegetable we have used for in cosmetic, especially from the hair, from the mask, for the shampoo, for the face mask. So face mask also available now in many countries from the phytocosmetic, from fruit and from vegetables because of they have a lot of organic acid, vitamin A, vitamin C, and vitamin E from berry fruit. And also seaweed. Seaweed, we have like a single cell and also many kind from spirulina and algae extract. In Thailand, we have a lot. So we do this for many kind of product in cosmetic too. This one also well known, we call lychee or the Ganoderma lucidum. This one, they have beta-glucan that we know that is good for balance your immune. They have polyphenol, terpenoid, amino acid, and many kind of vitamin to control your immune system and for inflammatory. So this kind, come from natural, from the mushroom. This one, although cordyceps, also used a lot now in many kind of the cosmetic product. The last I want to give you some idea is we can use the oil from the seed of the fruit that I think everywhere in our country we have. Let's say first thing is the hemp. Hemp we do is a hemp seed oil. They have the omega a lot. The second one is a grapefruit, and the next is a sesame. They have sesame, and this is a sunflower seed or the sunflower. This is a moringa. This one is a pumpkin. This one a passion. This is a permanganate and lychee and longan. So I use this seed oil to use for cosmetic product because of that the UV light or the you have the problem of pollution from smoke and from the air pollution to make your DNA damage and your skin for the ROS reduce very quickly from the oxygen in your body. So they make your wrinkle skin. So this one, because of the inflammation also. How can we overcome this one? Because of, you can see that they make your collagen, hyaluron, and elastin decrease. So your body or your face is going up quickly for the wrinkle in another it make you very quickly for aging. How can we overcome? We can use is this one. We call is let's say like a food that they have skin food that can use antioxidant protection. Let's say this is from beta carotene, lutein, lycopene, flavonoid, vitamin E, polyphenol, beta glucan, or the vitamin C. All of these is we call food skin, to help to promote your wrinkle, to make you fresh, because some of these they also can protect the growing of the melanocyte or the make your skin darker. So this one they can anti-tyrosinase and make your because of they have the polyphenol in fruit, So you can control your skin, don't too much dark, whitening, make it whitening. I give you some idea about how we do the yogurt face mask. This is a formulation that I have done. This is to start with the yogurt, and then you can use plant extract. They have so many available. The natural oil, like let's say avocado, tea tree oil, or they have natural powder, Tanaka, matcha from the green tea, kaolin, and charcoal. And the hemectan from the honey. Honey is a lot available in many countries. And also some surfactant. This only you use if you want to keep it longer. But most of them is come from water also. I give you some idea about the formulation for the whitening and moisturizing face mask. We use it as yogurt, most, and then honey and many extract from vegetable and fruit. So this is some idea. If you want to do it by yourself, you can do it very easily. Every night you can use it for the face mask before you sleep. because they give you moisturizing, prevent pimple, and also make you looking younger. Your skin will be brightened. And I have worked before with research. We have to control about the viscosity by use a book field to control the viscosity of the, let's say, from the emulsion and also some face serum, something like this. And we check the pH meter to control the pH for your skin about 6. pH 6 is very viable for skin. And to control about stability, to control is heating and cooling to keep it. How can we make sure that they can keep the shelf life longer than 1 year or 2 years? You know, and we also evaluate the skin when we use a chronometer to control from the volunteer. I have done this about 30 male and female volunteer, and it worked very well. We can check about the satisfaction survey for make a face mask. Most of them they give high score. That very smooth, smell very nice, color, soft, easily to use, and after use they also love it. So the last of the list is I want to check that this is, you have very plenty of the food we can do is for skin food. And then this is some of the younger that can control them, to make their face brightening. I do by myself at home. I use tomato, aloe vera, honey, and yogurt, and also some of the citrus to make it look like combination. Use the homogenizer, and my wife use it every night via cotton pad, and we keep about 15 minutes, and then our face or her face and my face look brightened. This is we can do easily, and we can eat it also. If you love it, you can eat it because this is it's a natural. We call edible cosmetic. So last, I would like to give some idea about our networking, about the Society of Cosmetic Chemists of Thailand. We do together with some academic. Let's say this is a Chiang Mai University with the private sector. So it's a cluster of the cosmetic Thai and also Lana Cosmetic in the north. So we have not so big a member. We just only 60 members in this year. We hope that we will increase it more and more in every year. Last, that I want to acknowledge thank you very much for many people that helped me a lot to work in the cosmetic field. The founder of the Dean Cosmetic in the faculty pharmacy in Chiang Mai University. This is Professor Sasi, and the second is Professor Maitri from the University of Phayao, and Dr. Kisana Klaisin. He's the founder that do foundation, very famous one. He's a pharmacist. And my professor PhD is Professor Kuntaborn from the Innsbruck University. And my professor from Japan is in Chiba University, Professor Toshiro Toida. And my friend, Professor Dr. Michael Pope from the Biorenica company is the CEO. And Professor Richard Landau Wickett, he's a famous one from the professor in cosmetic science in Cincinnati University. And many from my friend that work in a very big natural mushroom, Sanghuang mushroom. He do the many things to compare about the quality of the beta-glucan. And the professor, Dr. Panvipa from Cosmetic Science School, Mae Fah Luang University. He's the former of the president of the Society of Cosmetic Chemists of Thailand also. So all of these person that make me a lot of research in the PhytoCosmetics. Thank you so much. So all of this that I present today, I would like to thank the organizing committee from the Informa, from the Space Beauty, from Society of Cosmetic Chemists, from Philippines, Linda, and everybody to support this conference. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Saraypal, for that wonderful presentation. Now on to our next speaker, She is the current president of the Philippine Society for Cosmetic Science and is currently the business development manager of Amcom Marketing Incorporated. She has 24 years of experience in formulating cosmetic products, handling production and regulatory works. Please welcome Ms. Linda Yu.
Hi, good afternoon. This is Linda Yu, President of the Philippine Society for Cosmetic Science. Today I'm going to present you PhytoCosmetics in the Philippines. To show you the background of PSCS, PSCS is a member of International Federation of Societies of Cosmetic Chemists. Here is the website of IFSCC, www.ifscc.org. And PSCS is the founding member of ASEAN Society of Cosmetic Scientists, ASCS. PSCS was founded on November 19, 1979. And today, we're fortunate to be together and celebrate the 41st anniversary. We have 190 members. And here is the website of PSCS, www.pscs.org.ph. This is just a slide showing our last year's celebration of our 40th founding anniversary. These are our officers for 2020 to 2022. Last year, we celebrate our anniversary in Discovery Suites. So it was a 2-day affair and it was very successful. Then on the right, you can see the seminar we have done in University of Santo Tomas. We requested a speaker from IFSCC, Dr. Kazu from Japan, and he delivered a presentation on surfactant technology and delivery system. On our right, we have the picture of the PSCS Cosmetic Garden, which is the very first cosmetic garden in the Philippines. It was launched last year in PhilBeauty, and many people commented that it's a very unique and innovative project of PSCS. To share to everybody the PhytoCosmetic projects we have started last year for PSCS. First is the creation of cosmetic garden. Why did we create a cosmetic garden? The reason is to show awareness that many of our local plants in the Philippines have potential to be used as active ingredients for cosmetic formulation. Secondly, we have found out that we have to standardize our local plant extracts so that when we use it in our formulation, the extracts have standardized actives and it can be used readily in the formulation. This concept will have to do with the farming technique to achieve higher percentage yield and higher percentage assay. Then it has to be used in the cosmetic formulation for retail market. This move is also to unite the schools, scientists, government, farmers toward the goal of planting high-value active ingredients to be used in cosmetic industry. But these plans have to be backed up with clinical studies and scientific documents. PSCS also went to University of Santo Tomas. We visited the professors there, and initially we want to create the cosmetic garden in the botanical garden of UST. But it was not pushed through, so the cosmetic garden was moved to Tagaytay in Nurture Pharmacy in Tagaytay. We started planting many local plants there to show their potential that can be used in cosmetic formulation. Here is the example of what we have done so far with the PhytoCosmetics. In 2009, we requested from University of Santo Tomas students to collect luyang dilaw from their provinces during the Christmas break. And the samples were chopped and dried and sent to India to check the percentage yield and percentage assay. And it was found out that variety coming from Laguna, Mindoro, and Rizal are better grade than the local luyang dilaw or turmeric from India. So the planting of turmeric in our soil has a great potential of having high yield and high assay of curcumin, and it's going to be used in cosmetic formulation. Here's another sample of the study we have made with turmeric. This sample is from Leyte and was sent to India. And you can see that the yield is around 17%, and the percentage of curcuminoid is around 6% and 6.09%. So these are very good variety. To show you that PhytoCosmetics is as good as the synthetic one and has less side effect when it is used as cosmetics. So this is a study by Dr. Chan and other dermatologists in RITM. So they made a study of tetrahydrocurcumin, which is from the turmeric. We made it into cream. It is studied against 4% hydroquinone cream. So this study has the conclusion that 0.25% THC is safe and effective alternative to 4% hydroquinone as a whitening agent or depigmenting agent. And this graph also shows that mexameter reading of 0.25% THC cream versus 4% hydroquinone cream at weeks 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So they have the same effect, but hydroquinone has more side effects. Later, I show you the pictures of the adverse reaction occur on the skin of the patients, of the respondents, because of the high percentage of hydroquinone. So Dr. Chan and other dermatologists, they use the mexameter to read the drop of melanin every week to measure the anti-tyrosinase effect. So this is the picture showing adverse effect of the hydroquinone. This is why the trend right now is shifting to safer active ingredients using plant-based raw materials with the same effect but lesser adverse effect. PSCS also went to University of Philippines and visited the National Institute of Molecular Biology and Biotechnology. And surprisingly, they have project on plant extract for cosmetic formulation. The team is headed by Professor Fides Tambalo, which is a specialized microbiologist. And Professor Sapin that day also presented mango seed powder for whitening effect. So this is the study of Professor Sapin, and it shows that mango seed powder, which is represented by MSP, it has a good anti-tyrosinase inhibition, and it is as good as kojic acid, represented by Ka, better than ascorbic acid. So this is very promising. And mango seed powder, they also made it into lotion, scrub, And they also found out it's a good anti-dandruff agent because of the high phenolic content in the mango seed powder. I also asked them why mango, among other fruits. And she said because they want to help the farmers. Basically, just we make use of those which we consider as garbage when you throw away after eating the fruits, you throw away the seeds. So right now, nothing will be thrown away because even the seeds, we can convert it into whitening agent used in cosmetic products. And the mango seed powder, they have a brand, they name it as Finofera. PSCS also went to University of Philippines, visited Institute of Plant Breeding. It is because we want to have a better breed, better variety of plant extracts. So the plant should be something that can produce high percentage yield of active ingredient. That's why we met Dr. Pablito Magdaleta. He made a lot of hybrid of gomamela and named after famous women in public service. He was featured lately in ABS-CBN. We ordered 30 species of hybrid gomamela, and it's ready to be transferred in the cosmetic garden. PSCS also went to Centro Escolar University. Centro Escolar University has course in Bachelor of Science in Cosmetic Science. It's the only university that's offering right now for studying of cosmetic science. Actually, they are the first in Asia. So here we found out they have study on betel nut, catmon, and also collagen from the squid, the one you throw it away, the bony part at the back of the squid. So it's very promising, no? I went to visit Visayas State University through the group of NatPrad, which is headed by UST that time. So we're surprised that there is a Abaca Research Center in Visayas State University. And they made a lot of use of Abaca for cosmetic formulation. Here are some of the ideas coming from that research center. We have the Abaca soap, Abaca shampoo, Abaca conditioner, moisturizing cream, lotion, scrub. And through our research, there is a good enzyme for anti-aging coming from Abaca. And Philippines is well known for Abaca, and it's a strong hemp, strong fiber. So it has a great potential in using for cosmetic formulations. There are a lot of plants yet to be discovered. And our member, Ms. Lorna Dison, who is a plant lover, made 80 lists of locally grown plants to PSCS. This will be included in our PSCS cosmetic garden. Even the cacahuate, Madrid cacao, kamuning, kalachuchi, bayabas, makabuhay, moringa, they have a lot of potential. But this is just to show you a lot of products are coming into our market using our locally grown plant extracts. Here we have the Gomamela shampoo, hibiscus herbal shampoo. This is Carica brand for anti-hair loss. Malunggay shampoo, pili nut oil, tomato soap. Of course, our whitening, the famous papaya, and also our calamansi, then lawat, extract for the shampoo. To show you what we have done for Cosmetic Garden project, here's a video to share with you. See you next time.
Thank you, Ms. Linda. That was a very insightful presentation. For our last speaker, she is the co-founder and CSO of Ayuna, Less's Beauty, a cosmetic eco-luxury brand launched in 2017, where she has specialized in clean and green technologies and science. She has a 23 years experience in the dermo-cosmetic industry as technical and RDI director, in companies of professional, retail prestige, dermopharmaceutical and active ingredients, and as consultant for the whole cosmetics chain value. From 2009 she is Scientific Affairs Responsible and board member at the Spanish Society of Cosmetic Chemists, SEQC. Introducing, Dr. Isabel Ramos.
Hello everybody. First of all, I would like to thank the organization for inviting me to participate in this event and to have the opportunity to share visions and experience. My presentation title is Cosmetics Beyond Natural, Clean and Sustainable Technologies for Current Cosmetic Demand, because usually the perception of attributes of natural to cosmetic is simply associated to plant extracts. And actually, when searching for scientific literature and research in this field, this is often the case. So, however, today's consumers are demanding much more of the cosmetics industry. Not only must they be effective and provide a sensorial experience, but they are new values driving a revolution in the industry, which challenge the status quo and requires a truly new vision beyond incorporating natural sourcing ingredients as done in the past. It really involves a step ahead. So we'll go to the next slide, please. We'll see the market, and it's clear that from the market data, there is an interest in natural products. Awareness and selling of this category is growing continuously year over year, and the projection for the worldwide market may reach for 2027 totally 48 billion and a compound annual growth of 5% through this same year. So these are recent data. And this shows that this segment still, even that it's still a small portion of the global cosmetic market, its exponential growth certainly makes it very attractive and also creates confusion because these big opportunities make brands to be interested in this market and not always are completely clear. As there is no clear official definition of what is a natural product, and a great number or different types of certification or standards do not help to clarify the panorama. And this added to these commercial opportunities open on behalf of a search of the consumer for this category. And the market is very saturated. So this is leading to a greenwashing of brands and products and ingredients that they are not really truly natural as expected by the consumer. So the question is, why is this shift of the consumer? At present, there is a confluence of different situations. Science is providing new knowledge of undesirable toxic effects of a number of substances, mainly synthetic ones created on the second half of the century. We can go to next, please. And also information on how lifestyle can impact on our health. An emerging technology also is providing new and incredible possibilities to produce in different ways any kind of raw materials. Also, environmental studies have provided evidence for the problems which the planet is facing. Limited resources are exhausting, climate change, and waste, and especially plastic impact on wildlife. Upon awareness of this knowledge, society is concerned and shifting toward action. Buying decisions are then focusing on health and safety and taking care of the environment and pushing with the references the industry. Therefore, if we move to next, we can see that the next step is beyond natural. Can we move, please? Thank you. The next step is beyond natural, is clean and sustainable. Sustainable involves respectful and sourcing with natural resources, wildlife, and human habitats and population, and also understanding clean as non-toxics and more helpful for the user. There is also quite a confusion in the market with the term clean and often mixing it up with sustainable. These qualities, even though they are more easily found clearly in natural products and ingredients, they are not always right away associated with natural origin for different reasons. A natural origin by itself then does not ensure fulfillment of this requirement, as we have seen, for example, with ingredients such as palm oil or squalene, which greatly can have a negative impact on biodiversity and preservation of species. Moreover, there is a need to focus on the process to obtain and transform the final ingredients, not just the source of nature. If we go to the next slide, we will see and we will discuss how these processes are not necessarily clean and sustainable. Conventional plant-derived ingredients involve low yields in mass balance, and usually a huge amount of starting material is required to obtain a reduced amount of ingredients. Large areas of land are required for cultivations, especially for organic agriculture, which production yield is even lower than intensive systems. Exposure to environmental pollutions like heavy metals and pesticides, and even organic modified genetic organisms, large amount of water consumption for a long time of cultivation, a big carbon footprint for the whole process, including transport to processing plants. There are seasonal variations that can affect the results and yield of the raw material. And something which also it's important, competition with food cultivation. We saw a clear example with the biodiesel and hunger of populations related to this shift in the use. Affecting biodiversity and natural ecosystems and wildlife, as we've mentioned with some examples before. And also we need to consider that transformation in most cases consists of extraction with organic solvents. And moreover, microbiological stability of these ingredients, which are really susceptible to carry microorganisms, involves very often ionizing radiations. On the other side, synthetic approaches set up in the past for surpass some of these advantages were often involved in petrochemical approaches using solvents and reactants which are highly toxic and persistent in the environment and of high risk and concern for health and the planet. There is then a new future which can be provided by new technologies that can provide a step in evolution to provide truly clean and sustainable raw materials and ingredients through green chemistry and these technologies. Green chemistry essentially consists of using transformation processes which involve solvent, reactants, and conditioned media, which are milder to humans and the environment, and also, importantly, do not create intermediates and impurities which can be harmful upon use. Green technologies at the laboratory allow to produce reproducible and ingredients with a great potential of extracting the power of nature. And these so far include, and they are actually present already in the market and available, plant cultures, microorganism cultures and fermentations, microalgae. Also, there is the possibility to upcycle ingredients, and care must be taken with this option also to not make transformations that involve solvents and processes which are not completely green and sustainable. But this also provides great opportunities for the future. So when creating products which are beyond natural approach, care must be taken to carefully check these details of the raw materials, as claims of natural, clean and sustainable are very appealing and sometimes are done under this existing confusion. So the creator and designer of the products needs to really be careful and have a deep look to all the information. Therefore, when creating and designing products beyond natural, we need to take care of all this. So as regard for the formula, if we go to the next slide, there is a list of substances that need to be updated frequently to the state of the art, as we've mentioned that science and technology is providing continuously new information. And these include ingredients of concern due to their toxicological profile or the impurities that they carry. In any case, they are of concern either for the safety of its combined use daily in cosmetic regimes, which is demonstrated through studies, scientific studies relating them to potential carcinogenicity, sensitization, or endocrine disruption, or its persistency and toxicity for the wildlife and the environment. These ingredients include EDTA, BHT and BNA, phthalates in fragrance like DEP, DBP, and DEHP, synthetic masks like MX, HHCV, or AHTN, formaldehyde and formaldehyde donors. So now we start the big list of range of preservatives that are posing concerns like DMDA hydantoin, diazolinidileurea, imidazolinidileurea, or quaternium 15. Halogenated compounds, not only preservatives, but also antiperspirants, iodopropyl derivatives, chlorphenesin, and even triclosan. Isotiazolinones like MIT, MIT, MCIT, BIT, parabens, of course. These have been the point of the iceberg. Also phenoxyethanol, which is limited for some applications, and benzyl alcohol, which is a known allergen, even though it's very commonly used in natural approaches. And if we go to synthetics, acrylates, acrylamides, and polyacrylamides, which provide impurities from the processes that are known to pose some risk, vinyl and styrene derivatives, nitrogenating agents, ethoxylated compounds, which are related to 1,4-dioxane presence, perfluoroalkyl substances, sulfates. The list is long. Also to mention some impurities that can be in either an ingredient like heavy metal carriers, pesticides, and also ingredients which have been already banned in some regulatory organizations like in Europe, like hydroquinone. And we know that talc has been a great concern recently for the industry. Retinoids also are concerned regarding to pregnancy and problems associated to malformations, and some other petrochemical ingredients or silicone derivatives, which pose also environmental problems, and chemical sunscreens. We've been also some banning in some areas of sunscreens regarding protection of coral reefs, and also some concern regarding to endocrine disruption of some of the filters. So this is the list mostly accepted for clean and sustainable cosmetics, which really want to be beyond natural. And as I mentioned, we need to really be updating it as long as we have more knowledge. Regarding to processes also, there are concerns on genetic modified or compounds in organisms, and also regarding the radiation, which can create modifications in the chemical and physical properties of the matter. And regarding nanoparticles, there is so much questions on possible issues for health and environment that the precautious way of acting would also recommend to be very safe on their use. So taking all this list of ingredients on the formulators bench, I've been estimating that can leave like 10% of the ingredients available for formulating, which really makes a challenge for creating truly products beyond natural. This is quite difficult, but hopefully the industry of raw materials and active ingredients developers is working hard on this. And the good news is that we are having continuously launches of alternatives to really pose solution to this challenge. So if we go to the next slide, we will see an overview of more indeed which problems and solutions we may have in formulation. So if we move to the next slide, please. In green, we can see, to my point of view, which elements of the formula have solutions nowadays, and formulators and creators of products can have a bench of options to work with. if we look at the formulation composition, we'll have water. We can have botanical waters obtained by sustainable ways and different kind of sources. Also, we can have chelating agents in these alternatives beyond natural, like phytic derivatives or gluconic acid derivatives. We have a great deal of humectants that are obtained in mass balance and sustainable and clean ways, and also a great deal of emulsifiers. Here just examples like olivates, glucosides, sucrose and polyglycerol, esters, stearates, and actually it's really possible to make very sensorial products and having a good experience of use for the consumer, which is also a request, not only to have a clean and sustainable product, but also to have a very effective and a nice experience of use. Also for emollients, we have a great selection of natural oils and clean esters, which are produced from natural sources by transformation through clean processes and green chemistry. So we can work very well on the sensorial profile of the products. And also we have a great deal of active ingredients obtained through different kind of these technologies. As I mentioned before, ferments, botanical cell cultures, bacterial cultures, and also extracts through techniques and green chemistry processes. We also have protectant agents for oxidation like tocopherols and surfactants that, even though still do not have the whole performance and do not have the same cost, effectivity, quality than the previous ones, can really provide solutions and solubilizers also. So where are, to my experience, the main challenges? The main challenges are related with the rheology modifiers. It's possible to create emulsions with viscosity, but when it comes to have really high viscosity products, it's very difficult to have solutions in these beyond natural options, working with natural gums. Because the polyacrylates and carbomers are very effective, have a high yield of, and they provide really sensorial profiles with a very low dose. And with natural rheological modifiers, it's difficult really to get the same performance. But I'm really hopeful that in the near future we are going to have more solutions, because the more we research and the more we use new technologies, I'm sure we will get them. As it goes to colorants, synthetic dyes provide in most cases stable colorations, and you can almost create any color product you would like. When it comes to natural extracts have limited range of colors, and also there are issues with stability depending on the formulation. And the big challenge is the preservation, especially when it goes to very difficult systems to preserve, like sunscreens and emulsions very rich in active ingredients. It really poses a challenge. Most of the preservatives that we use in this beyond natural are acids, so it limits very much the possibilities of formulation. And when it goes to higher pHs, then easily there are glycols which affect greatly the viscosity of the system and the stability, and also the high pH really limit the options of preservatives that can be worked. So a big deal to work here. Also for sunscreens, the limitation when we go beyond natural, it's to physical filters, as chemical filters are in the list of substances that we mentioned before. So to create sensorial sunscreens with high SPF, it's really a challenge. And hopefully in the near future, we can have products that will help us in these natural beyond options. As also regards for fragrances, Also, there is quite a limitation. There are options based on natural oils and natural extracts, but the persistency and the performance is not always the one we wish. So hopefully in the future we'll have also more solutions. And also when it comes to conditioners and styling products, still there are some options in the market, but still there is a great deal to work to have the yields that we get with their synthetic partners. So yeah, we have positive solutions, but still a lot of challenges to go on. So the formula, it's work, but we also need a container for this formula. And here it comes the next challenge. If we go to the next slide, we will focus on what's going with the packaging. Consumers are really aware of plastic waste and the damages associated to it, and there is a leading move to really find solutions at the existing moment. The problem when we face the solutions that are offered, on one side there is recycled plastic. It seems at first glance a good option. For me personally, I think it's good when reusing it at manufacture waste, because this plastic is known and it's reprocessed. The problem comes when these materials are collected in the environment, which exposes them to degradation, or also after consumer use. There is no security on which free toxics may be contained in these plastics as additive, and also how they have been degrading and can be harmful, and which impurities they carry. So this doesn't seem a future solution for the whole problem. It may seem that bio-based materials can be the option. However, there is no real biodegradable alternative available so far. And using natural sources to obtain the same kind of materials we are obtaining from petrochemical doesn't seem also a very smart solution, as we are using natural resources to finally have a plastic which has the same environmental issues than the petrochemical one. So, well, we could think that we can go to materials like glass. It's clean. It's very convenient for compatibility with the formulas, but it has a carbon footprint which is very important due to its weight in transport, and also the energy for recycling is quite high, so it doesn't seem also a solution needed for all the cosmetic forms. So still is a long way to technology to develop solutions for these packaging problems, and I hopefully really think that we are going to have soon reliable alternatives from these technologies, from algae and bacteria. There is a great deal of research working on that. So we need some time and patience to get to there. So if we go to the next slide, summarizing. Beyond natural is the next step for natural and involves clean and involves sustainability. Care must be taken also to develop surely clean and sustainable products, and not greenwashing. We need to take care of the source of the raw materials, the processes involved, and also the packaging. And this really involves a great deal of energy on obtaining all the information. I would propose either than clean and sustainable, respect. Cosmetics should respect consumer health, should respect the environment, and also should respect the consumer through a clear communication and avoiding the confusion that we usually have been having in the industry, and really getting the respect for our industry. So thank you very much, and if you have any questions, I'm available.
Thank you, Dr. Isabel, for that great presentation. Now, Let's proceed with our question and answer portion of our event. Don't be shy and just type your question into the Q&A chat box below. If we are not able to answer all submitted questions during today's webinar, we'll be sure to share them with our speaker and send to you the reply.